The scariest photos in the world. In the age of Photoshop, it's pretty easy for anyone, with a little bit of practice, to manipulate photos to make your normal, everyday pictures into something creepy. While we can't say for sure that none of these photos have been altered, we can promise that we've done some digging to learn as much about them as possible. Some have some verifiable information behind them. Others, well, they are perhaps better left as mysteries. Number 1. The Cooper family. This is an image of the Cooper family. The picture was taken when they had planned a celebration in their house in Texas. When the image was taken, nothing unusual was seen by the family members. But, as you can see someone hanging from the ceiling, it is hard to deny it. The mystery behind the image is still not solved. Number 2. The third wheel. Some photobombs are creepier than others. Just look at this one. When the picture was taken, nobody saw the presence of that clingy friend on the right. It was until the film was developed. Yes, film developing was a real thing. That its presence emerged. Remind me to never vacation in wherever this photo was taken. Number 3. The Brown Lady. This is arguably most popular and controversial pictures of ghosts. Reportedly, the picture shows Dorothy Walpole aka Brown Lady. The story behind this is that her husband suspected her of cheating. So, he locked her in Raynham Hall for the life. According to many reports, the ghost of Dorothy has been seen multiple times after her death. Number 4. The Passenger. This photo was taken by a lady called Mabel Chinnery in 1959. She and her husband were going to visit her mother in the cemetery, and Mabel wanted to take a picture of her husband in the car. After she printed the photo, she saw her mother in the back seat. There are various theories about this photo, but the truth is still unknown. Number 5. The Grandpa is Back. Denise Russell took this photograph of her grandmother in 1997, just before the 94-year-old's death. When the photograph was developed, she spotted a man standing behind her grandmother who was not there on the day. Family members soon realized the man was Denise's grandfather, who died in 1984. Number 6. The Baby Ghost. Mrs. Andrews took a photo of her 17-year-old daughter's grave during a visit in 1947 in Queensland, Australia. When she later developed the photos, she was stunned to see a small baby sitting on the grave. The baby did not look like her daughter as a child, and no little ones were in the cemetery that day. However, she later learned that the grave of 2 young babies was located right next to her daughter's. Number 7. The Farm Boy. Respected photographer Neil Sandbach took this snap at a Hertfordshire farm in 2008. When reviewing his shots, he was startled to find a ghostly spirit in the photograph. As he was sure there was no one there at the time, he asked the owners if they had ever seen anything spooky during their time at the farm, without telling them about the photograph. The owners told the photographer they had seen the ghost of a young boy in long white clothing on many occasions. Number 8. The Little Girl Ghost. What's the scariest type of ghost you could ever see? The little girl ghost, obviously. Can't you see her? Look between the legs of the girls. You can't miss her. No wonder the other little girl is crying. Number 9. The Pilot. Mrs. Sayre was visiting the Fleet Arm Station at Somerset, England, in 1987, along with some friends. When she got her photo taken in a retired helicopter, Mrs. Sayre insists that no one was sitting next to her when she posed for the snap. Despite the fact a man in a white shirt, seemingly a pilot, can be seen sitting next to her. When talking to an investigator about the photo, she recalled feeling cold sitting in the seat, even though it was a very hot day. Number 10. The Vacation Ghost. Both of the above photographs were taken in 1988 in Austria. A group of vacationers gathered together for a snap at the farewell party at the hotel. However, the first photograph failed to flash, so one of the holidaygoers, Mr. Todd, turned it on along with the self-timer and rushed back to be in the shot. Mr. Todd was shocked to find the image of a woman who was not a part of the group in the photo. All of the vacationers confirmed she was not sitting at the table, and were confused by the blurry head, which seemed larger than the rest of theirs. The photo was later examined by the Royal Photographic Society, the photographic department at Leicester University, and the Society for Physical Research, who all confirmed that double exposure was not the cause of the ghostly spirit. Number 11. The Masked Women. As you see this post, you'll likely choose your favorite creepy photo. It's just basic human nature. This one is our favorite. Like the previous photo, this one prompts so many questions. Judging by the lack of leaves on the trees in the background, this picture must have been taken at a time when the days are shorter, which means the nights are longer. Still, around Halloween, there are usually more leaves on the trees, so this wasn't a Halloween costume. Perhaps a play. Perhaps just a very deeply disturbed person with a friend who was willing to take a picture. Freeze, if Facebook was around back then and this was posted, Zuckerberg would likely have shut the whole thing down. It's that creepy. Number 12. The Family Portrait. Perhaps you have intuited it already, but we really are sensitive people here at Awaken Haunted Attraction. We are hardworking, productive members of society. We have families. If you cut us, do we not bleed? So, while we have an affinity for the grotesque, we don't make fun of people's appearances. We are all in this together, right? I mean, except for these people. Have you ever seen a family portrait where every single member of the family looks like they would not think twice about twisting your head off your neck? Us either. Creepy. Well, there you have it, 12 of the creepiest pictures we have ever seen. If you have some creepy pics, please comment below.